All right, you are looking at live images right now over the scenes of River Ridge High School and Mill Creek Middle School, both in Woodstock. And this is the area of Arnold Mill Road. And as you can see on our graphics, we are bringing you this breaking news coverage right now because there are reports of an anonymous bomb threat. So the superintendent of schools has issued an emergency evacuation of both of these schools due to this anonymous bomb threat. Obviously, this was something that was recommended by both local and state law enforcement agencies. So, River Ridge High School students have been evacuated to the stadium at the moment. You can see, look at the road there. You can see fire crews on scene. Look like some other emergency vehicles, and you see crowds of people outside. It should be students and teachers and school administrators and so forth. Excuse me, making their way out of the building. Looks like in a pretty orderly way. And you can see on the sign there, this looks like this is Mill Creek Middle School that we're looking at the moment. But again, River Ridge High School as well as Mill Creek High School, both being evacuated due to anonymous bomb threats. As we're looking at Mill Creek, what's happening now is that the students are being evacuated to the gym over there, which I guess is someplace that officials there have determined is going to be safe, and it's far enough away, I guess, from the main body of the school. But this is on Arnold Mill Road in Woodstock, 442 Arnold Mill Road in Woodstock, and also on Arnold Mill Road in Woodstock, very nearby, is River Ridge High School also being evacuated, and those students are going to be evacuated to the stadium. And I'm just kind of letting you know these details because if you have a child at either of these schools, you're going to want to know where are they, where are they safe. So if you do have a child at those schools, and if you end up going to the campus, that is where they would be. But actually, I should tell you that you're being asked not to actually make contact with the campus or come to either campus at this time, because this is just out of an abundance of caution. An investigation is underway, and also officials are trying to keep the driveways open for emergency responders and the phone lines open for emergency communications as well. So this is why we're sharing this information with you, so that you don't need to go to the schools or call the schools. In fact, you're being asked not to do that so that they can fully focus on the situation at hand and be open for communications, be open for emergency responders to come in and out. A school official saying that they're taking this threat extremely seriously, as they should. They're conducting a full investigation in an abundance of caution, as they say. I mean, and sometimes bomb threats turn out to be nothing. It does happen. We cover incidents like this. We do cover when there are bomb threats at schools. Thankfully, most of the time it turns out to be innocuous, but you never know. And so officials are definitely acting with an abundance of caution and taking it very seriously. And I see we've got a lot of messages from Facebook. I see Randy Breland saying, what's going on? So hopefully we're answering your questions right now. I see Julie Harp Ward commenting, this is a bomb threat. And Randy saying, oh my goodness, another school. I know it is disconcerting, it's troubling, it's worrisome, it can be frightening. I understand. I mean, given what we've been seeing in our country in recent years, what has happened at schools in recent years, that's why officials want to be cautious and take every step to make sure that these students are safe. So again, River Ridge High School and Mill Creek Middle School, both of these schools on Arnold Mill Road in Woodstock, being evacuated due to these anonymous bomb threats. It looks like in the parking lot now, it's hard to know if these are students or teachers, especially when we're looking at these aerial views from our Atlanta News First news helicopter. But people are making their way, looks like, to their cars. But people are advised, if you're a parent, you're advised not to go to campus. You're advised not to call campus. Leave the roadways open for first responders, emergency workers, leave the phone lines open, similar reasons. School officials are saying at this time they're not dismissing school early, but they're going to obviously keep everyone notified should that change. But it's a developing situation, and so we're just going to keep following this because we want you to know if it does impact you, what's going on. You can see the football field there, that RR, so that would be River Ridge. It's both River Ridge High School and Mill Creek Middle School being evacuated if you are just joining us. The students at River Ridge High School are being evacuated over to the stadium, actually, and Mill Creek Middle School, they're being evacuated over to the gym. But just kind of, keeping an eye out here. There you see around the stadium, students gathering there. Seeing a lot of movement through the parking lot. Hopefully those are people leaving, not coming in, because, again, the advice from school officials is not to come in, not to overcrowd, allow room for investigators and first responders to look into this and to make sure that everyone's safe as well. But certainly major impact in Woodstock on Arnold Mill Road. Our news helicopter giving us an aerial view so you can see these campuses and see how they're being impacted by this. Okay, so now this is a new development. We've just learned just a moment ago that the superintendent of schools has now issued an early dismissal of River Ridge High School. Remember previously the word from school officials was that there was not going to be an early dismissal, but now River Ridge High School is being dismissed early, and River Ridge student drivers are going to be dismissed. Well, they were dismissed 11:45 a.m. So just a short time ago, less than 10 minutes ago. And that's why we saw everyone going to the parking lot. Not everyone, but we saw a lot of people going to the parking lot. Now seems that it would be those students. Student drivers who can't get their personal belongings and car keys are going to need to make other arrangements to leave campus, is what the word is from Cherokee County School District there. And buses are then going to be bringing those River Ridge High School students home. If your River Ridge High School student is normally a car rider, they're saying report to Mill Creek Middle School at noon to pick them up. And after school activities, of course, have been canceled as well. Very interesting here that even though there's early dismissal at River Ridge, there is a normal dismissal schedule in effect still for Mill Creek Middle School, and its after-school activities have not been canceled. So that's very interesting. It seems that investigators, for whatever reason, is the focus is right now on River Ridge High School. River Ridge High School students being dismissed early, and the student drivers, high schoolers there, are being allowed to leave campus, and they were just dismissed at 11:45 a.m. And those who are not able to go get their car keys right now are either making other arrangements. Buses are going to bring them home as well. And if your River Ridge High Schooler is normally a car rider, you're asked to report to Mill Creek Middle School at noon to pick them up. So it's very interesting. These schools just very close to each other. River Ridge High School being dismissed early, all after-school activities being canceled there for today after this anonymous bomb threat. But interesting thing, Mill Creek Middle School is not dismissing early, and its after-school activities have not been canceled. Not at this time. That could change, of course. But, certainly something that officials are taking very seriously. Both of these schools on Arnold Mill Road in Woodstock, Cherokee County, and clearly a major impact there. For Mill Creek Middle School, the students are being evacuated over to the gym. And River Ridge High School, they were being evacuated to the stadium, and now they're being dismissed. But this is all in response to an anonymous bomb threat, and that's why this emergency evacuation has been ordered. A full investigation is underway. Officials just saying they're taking it very, very seriously out of an abundance of caution. So, again, if you're just joining us, you are taking a live look right now overhead via our Atlanta News First News helicopter of the scenes of River Ridge High School and Mill Creek Middle School in Woodstock on Arnold Mill Road, obviously in Cherokee County. These schools being evacuated due to a bomb threat. There is an early dismissal in effect at River Ridge High School. In fact, it appeared that some students were already leaving in their cars, and they were given permission to do so as early as 11:45 this morning. And after-school activities have been canceled for River Ridge High School as well. But for Mill Creek Middle School, the students there are actually being evacuated over to the gym. Very interesting. So for River Ridge students, they're being told if they do have cars, they can leave. They can drive themselves home. If they can't access their car keys, they have to make other arrangements to leave campus. Buses are going to be bringing those River Ridge High School students home. But if you do have a River Ridge High School student that is normally a car rider, you're being asked to report over to Mill Creek Middle School at noon to pick them up. So very important. If you have a student that you normally pick up that attends River Ridge High School, you should pick them up at noon. And if you are not able to, it looks like they do have the opportunity to take a bus home. But interesting that even though River Ridge High School is being dismissed early and after-school activities are being canceled there, that Mill Creek Middle School is not being dismissed early. It is being evacuated. The students there are being evacuated to the gym, but they're not being dismissed early, not at this time. Obviously, that can change. And at this time, the after-school activities are still planned. That's the plan for them to still move forward with that. But we'll see. These things change. A very thorough investigation underway. According to authorities, they just want to be extremely cautious. Sometimes bomb threats turn out to be nothing. We can only hope, and but they want to take it very seriously and make sure that everyone's safe, not take any chances here. But we have a photojournalist who is headed to the scene, and hopefully we'll be able to get you some footage from the ground as well, so we can kind of get a different perspective. But it's something that we're going to keep a very close eye on. And again, if you're just joining us, you could be impacted by this. And very important, if you have a student who is at River Ridge High School, you want to make sure that I want to make sure that you know that they have been dismissed early. If they are normally a car rider that you pick up, you are being asked to pick them up over at the middle school, Mill Creek Middle School, around this time actually. So if you can't do that for whatever reason, you can't get over there fast enough, they do have the option to take a bus home. But if they have their own car, they can drive home. If they're not able to access the car keys, obviously some arrangements are going to have to be made because the school has been evacuated. They can't go in right now. It may not be safe for them to do so, and officials want to make sure that they do a very, very thorough investigation before they allow anyone back into these school buildings. So River Ridge, first those students were evacuated over to the stadium, and then the decision was made to just dismiss that high school early altogether. Probably logistically it was not a problem since, many high schoolers drive and they were able to just drive home. But for the middle school, interestingly enough, even though the high school is early dismissal today, the middle school, Mill Creek Middle School, is not being let out early, and after-school activities are still going on as planned, at least for right now, but that could change, of course. So it's something that we're going to keep following. And you can see, looks like cars are leaving the school grounds right now as part of this evacuation. It looks like cars are leaving. It looks like there's a yellow bus leaving the school grounds right now as well. Yeah, it's great to have this news helicopter giving us an aerial view so we can really see the whole layout and we can see everything that's happening. But it's something that has to be taken seriously, especially in the kind of time that we're living in, where unfortunately we've seen tragedies at schools, many tragedies over recent years. So officials are taking it very seriously. An anonymous bomb threat. Not clear, if it was something that was called in or a letter or something emailed in. I mean, email is something that obviously could be traceable, but that's all the stuff that we're waiting to hear and everything that investigators are going to be looking at as well. But yeah, it's obviously a developing situation. And I see people commenting on our Facebook page about this bomb threat, and it's kind of commenting another school impacted. It is troubling and it can be frightening. Obviously, we're hoping for the best, and officials doing the right thing, taking it seriously, taking all precautions, evacuating everything, and making sure that they keep everyone safe and out of harm's way as well. So, yeah, I mean, our Atlanta News First news helicopter is still over the scene here. And hopefully we're going to get a photojournalist. We have a photojournalist headed to the scene right now. Hopefully they will arrive pretty shortly and be able to give us a look from the ground as well. But this aerial view gives us an idea of the whole layout. And you see the stadium there, and that's where these high school students were initially evacuated from River Ridge High School. They were evacuated over to the stadium before then the decision was made to allow early dismissal. And it looks like you can see kind of on the bottom right of your screen that it looked like a crowd of people was leaving the stadium and heading towards the parking lots, which would make sense because that River Ridge High School stadium was where the students were evacuated, and then they were told they could leave early, and that all the after-school activities were going to be canceled for the day. Whereas on the middle school side, Mill Creek Middle School, it's actually there's not early dismissal announced at this time. Sorry, our news helicopter, the camera is moving around. Looks like they're actually panned off. But so we're flying away from the scene. I can see they've been able to capture some footage for us. But if you are joining us just now, I just want to let you know what we've been covering, which is a bomb threat causing the evacuation of 2 schools in Woodstock on Arnold Mill Road. River Ridge High School as well as Mill Creek Middle School. So now River Ridge High School, those students have been dismissed early. They're all on their way out if they haven't left already. Mill Creek Middle School, those students were evacuated to the gym, but they have not been dismissed at this time. The after-school activities have not been dismissed at this time. It's a story that, of course, we're going to keep following closely. One thing I just want to point out is that officials are asking the public, parents, I know you might be concerned, of course, if you have a kid there especially, but officials are asking that you just stay off of the campuses, that you keep the phone lines clear, because they need to have the roadways clear in order to, be able to have emergency personnel in and out, first responders, investigators in and out, also phone lines clear for similar reasons. So that's why we're trying to keep you up to date with all the latest. But just know that officials are taking it very seriously, acting out of an abundance of caution, clearing the schools and making sure that everyone is safe. So that's not something that appears to be a concern right now. But we're going to keep following all the latest developments. We're going to join you again at 1 p.m. for another news cut-in. But also, we send out alerts right through our Atlanta News First app. So if you haven't downloaded that, I encourage you to do that, and then that way you'll get notified if something does develop. We're going to send it out through there, and if you want to just keep kind of checking our app, checking our website, our live stream here, however it is that you're watching us, maybe it's Roku, maybe it's Apple, but we're just going to make sure that we stay on top of this and bring you all the latest if there are any new developments. Okay, well, you stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.